that tactic. Yes.
What number are you looking at for in terms of total cuts to attach to the debt ceiling increase? And are you open to a debt ceiling increase of 2 years?
Look,
go beyond 2020.
Look, in the Republican plan, we raised it for 1.5 trillion. We cut almost 5 trillion. Or made savings, found that we could find the savings. I think anytime somebody wants to raise the debt ceiling more, show me where we want to save more. That's really the framework that we laid out. We're open to discuss, but from the same perspective is, if we're able to save 5 trillion to raise the debt ceiling and you want to go longer, you got to be open to doing more items as well.
But are you talking more than that?
Out of all the things that are on the table, why draw a red line about work requirements, and do you have other red lines?
Look, I look at the bill we passed. We're the only ones that have been able to raise the debt ceiling. What we look to is limit, save, grow. I want to curve inflation. We all know how inflation created in America. Democrats spent $6 trillion more dollars. Every economist will tell you, everybody warned us about it. And then unfortunately, even the Treasury Secretary lied to us about it, said it was transitory, when it caused more damage and harm to every American. What we're able to do by limit is curb the inflation. We want to get off our dependency on China. How do we do that? We help our supply chain. We get more people out of poverty into work. And remember what we're talking about when we're talking about work requirements. It's only for those people who are able-bodied with no dependents. You could be going to school, no problem. You could be looking for work, no problem. Wisconsin just passed this by 82%. The president, as senator, voted for it. We find every statistical data, it helps Americans get better jobs and work. And then let's just turn it on its head. So if you take a Democrat position, what you're telling to Americans is, I need to go borrow more money from China to give to somebody who's able-bodied, no dependents, and pay them not to work. Well, what you really want to help them is get them into the workforce. Give them a sense of pride. Give them more in common. Every statistic tells you it helps the individual. And I want to help more Americans. I want to get us off the dependency of China. And I want to curve inflation. But more importantly, I want to stop that supply chain problem too. Yes, ma'am.
Would you or are you considering something that the Democrats want adding to the table, like an extension to child tax credits?
Look, if the Democrats want to pass a bill and we can go to conference, I'm more than welcome to see what the Democrats can pass. The Democrats control the Senate. They've had as much time as we have. They talked about it for a long time, but they've passed nothing. So I don't see why adding something new would help. Yes.
Had you expressed work requirements as a red line either to the White House or the rest of leadership?
Look, I've talked about a lot of things in it, and I'm not going to negotiate with all of you. But when we look at what we're trying to achieve here, I think it's very important that we help people get out of poverty.